You are so fortunate that somebody dropped the ball and didn't charge a felony. This is the fifth one.
I'm glad that we're not here based upon somebody being injured. Because it could easily have been, it's not. But it's still unacceptable behavior, and he will tell you that it's caused a tremendous amount of anguish in his life, and he's here. He's in therapy. Judge, he's working. He's desperately wants to try to keep the job. You know, he understands he has some flexibility, and he's taking some appropriate steps to be off, because he knows that, you know, this court is serious about his drinking. And so with that, we're just asking the court consider working with him and his employment situation. He's going to be off, we already know that. It's just if something can be fashioned where he can be off work, at the point in time when he goes back, be on maybe a tether in house arrest, allowing him only to be able to go to work and no place else.
Thanks. Anything you'd like to say?
Yes, I would like to read a letter, run it over.
Sure. And he spent one night in jail at the time of the arrest, correct? That's the credit he has coming? Go ahead.
Dear Judge McNally, I'm writing to respectfully express my deepest remorse for my action. I take full responsibility for my behavior on December 13, 2025, and understand the seriousness of my action. I recognize that I put myself and the community in danger, and I am ashamed of my conduct. However, this incident serves as a wake-up call. My addiction to alcohol is a disease that I've had for some time now. I've had my disease in remission for a number of years before with treatment, counseling, AA, so I know I can do it. Unfortunately, I had a relapse due to stress in my life. Actually, I hit rock bottom. I was laid off from my job at Cleveland Cliff 22 years for 8 months with no definite return. Home in foreclosure and marriage in jeopardy. But through treatment at Care Incorporation of Detroit with Dr. Alexander, AA, my family support system, and a belief in a higher power, I have my disease back in remission. I'm going to keep it there. As I stand here today, I am in a better place. I transferred to a sister facility, Cleveland Cliffs, Toledo, Ohio. I've been in training and working very hard there for the past 2 weeks. House is out of foreclosure and in current standing. Marriage is doing better, and most importantly, I have my sobriety of 4 months now. I am working hard to become a productive member of society and dedicated to continuing my recovery program. I hope you will consider my dedication and rehabilitation and change. Thank you for your time and consideration.
When it came to my attention that you were in a sobriety court, I remembered you. And I liked you. And I still like you, probably. But you cannot do what you're doing. I don't understand. I get the whole disease aspect. That's why I started a sobriety court back in 08. But I don't understand why you would undertake to drive when you're drunk. I mean, how many times do you have to go through this before you learn? I really don't understand it. There are Ubers, there are cabs, there are friends, there are spouses that can come and pick us up. You went through 2 sobriety courts. You went through mine, and then you went through the Veterans Treatment Court in 34th. There is nothing I'm going to do except say to you that you are so fortunate that somebody dropped the ball and didn't charge a felony, because I can tell you after this many, And what I've seen, if I were a circuit court judge and you came before me, you'd be doing at least 2 or 3 years. 500, I'm not even gonna bother putting you on probation. 500 fines, 850 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, 1475, screening fee 60 for 1535, 76 days forthwith, credit one, serve 75, you'll serve 17 more, fines and costs are not paid. I'm gonna give you until August the 1st to pay those. If you need more time, you can come in here and request to pay if you don't have the money. You have 21 days to appeal, 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. I'd like to let him do weekends or something. I can't. I'm not going to. He's going to kill somebody. And I might be saving you from killing yourself. So you're in custody. I'm sorry, Mr. Polk. You're always such a gentleman. I enjoy having you here, but you cannot do this, Mr. Wells. This is the fifth one. And somebody dropped the ball down there, and I'm not going to embarrass anybody, but should have been charged felony. I'm sorry, Mr. Polk. Good to see you. Good luck. All right. Schaefer. Against John James Schaefer.
Good
This
morning.
is five, hang on, let me call cases. I'm sorry. 260-14999, 8A and B. All right.
Good morning, Judge. Massive get the print out, Mr. Schaefer. Mr. Schaefer, state your full name.
John James Schaefer.
All right. So let me just double check one thing. Your client, I believe, pled guilty to or no contest to resist and obstruct an officer due to lack of memory. And there was agreed upon restitution of 485.
Correct.
And then they dismissed on their motion the disorderly public intox, right?
Correct.
All right. Anything you would like to say?
Judge, just we've got a chance to review the pre-sentence report. It's actually accurate. On behalf of Mr. Schaefer, he is 35 years old, Judge. He just recently got married about a year ago. He does have one child in common with his current wife. He also cares for 3 minor children from his wife's previous relationships. He is employed. He works at Achievable Painters in the morning, and he works at China City in Belleville at night as a cook. So he is working hard, Judge, trying to make ends meet and care for his family. He does have a valid medical marijuana card, Judge, which like, of course, note that. And with regard to the recommended treatment, he is currently undergoing treatment, Judge, and we'd ask the court to allow him to.
Where?
Mr.
It's through, what was it? Precision Psychiatry. My psychiatrist is Zane Sitar Chowdhury.
Well, I'm just gonna have probation approve that then, okay? What else, Counselor?
That's it, Judge. We'd ask the court to allow him to continue that treatment to run concurrent with whatever the court orders here.
Anything you would like to say?
I'd just like to apologize, sir. I was assaulted and I called the police for help, and when they didn't file a report, I got upset with them and was rude to them, and I apologize. They could have been handled better.
By them or you?
Me.
Okay. Well. Are you still treating at Corwell?
No,
Wait.
that was a 7-day hold. I had bipolar, or not bipolar, borderline personality disorder. And it causes me, like, the medications I'm on can sometimes have bad reactions and make me suicidal. Christmas, I spent 7 days in the ICU from a suicide attempt. And I had to go to the psych ward at Cornwell. That's where they assigned me my psychiatrist.
So you need to get your life in, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, you've had an OWI in 09, you had a case taken under HIDA for, I believe they're saying,
fleeing and evading, sir.
Right. It says felony police officer, fleeing and eluding 4. Then you had a drug charge in 12. And then you had obstructing the police officer out of California in 20 and impaired in 22. You didn't show up for a drunken disorderly out of the 35th, which I'm gonna expect you to do real soon. And now you've had this one where you were intoxicated. So we got to get you a little bit of help here, okay?
Absolutely.
So here's what, is there anything else? Did I let you finish?
The thing with the 35th, I went to the court and I did the probation, I paid the fines. I was supposed to do a couple days of the court program and I broke my femur and had to have surgery and had a titanium rod put in. And when I contacted them, telling them I couldn't come in because I couldn't get out of bed, they told me they would contact me and I never got any other contact until I.
How many
got
times
the
did you
court.
call? How many times did you call them?
I called them once and the guy was like, we'll have someone get back to you. And then I found out like a year later I had a warrant. Like,
You know, but you should have called them back, don't you
you're
think?
correct, sir.
Any reason that you have to go back to 23307 Telegraph?
No,
That's Marlowe's, right?
yo,
I mean, you gotta be careful. The restitution's going to Marlowe's, right, counsel?
Yes,
no, sir, it's fine. Brownstown Police.
Oh, that's right. That's right. My apologies. I read that and I forgot that for what you did in the cell. 10 months probation on this R&O. You cannot leave the state without the consent of the court or violate any law or ordinance. If you change your address, your place of employment, or home telephone number, you must notify probation. You have to report as directed. I'm going to order that you abstain from the use of alcohol. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no marijuana. I will not violate you if you test positive for THC, so long as you possess and provide proof that you have a valid medical marijuana card. You're to kratom poppy seeds and CBD oils are prohibited. Consuming food or other items containing those substances would be deemed a violation. You're to submit to chemical testing, PBTs and ETGs as follows. Bi-weekly for 3 months. If you're clean, I'll make it monthly. I want you to attend a psychological evaluation, psychiatric evaluation, mental health treatment if recommended. You're not to enter the property address at 23307 Telegraph Road in Brownstown. You're to attend AANA at least twice a week until you're in a treatment program. I'm not going to make you do intensive outpatient. I am going to make you do outpatient. You mentioned where you have that, where you're attending. If that's acceptable to probation, you just can continue treating there. If it's not, then I want you back in AA twice a week until you get into an outpatient treatment program that's approved by the probation department. You're to clear all warrants by May the 1 of 26. You were taken into custody on this case, correct?
yes, but he was arrested.
So I'm going to order 4 days jail, credit 1, serve 3, and I'll let you serve those by way of court work program. So 3 days court work program, and there's a $35 a day charge for that for a total of $105. I'll kind of go light on the fines. 100 fines, 50 costs, 75 victims' rights fee, $50 justice assessment, $275. Screening fee 60 for 335. Probation fees are 220 a month. That's 535. Court work program fees are 105 for a total of 640. Plus, you do have restitution of 1,085. So your total should be 1,125. You're going to pay the restitution to Brownstown through the court. So you're going to make that payment through the court. If you violate, you could get 90 days with credit for any time served. I'm going to give you credit for 1 day served. And again, you have 21 days to appeal and 14 days to apply for a court-appointed lawyer for purposes of appeal. Do you understand all that?
Yes, sir.
So I'm only sentencing you on the R&O. I called the disorderly public intox, but that's been dismissed. Can he pay all this today? How much does he have today?
$30.
Yeah. He should have come with more money than that, though.
I apologize, sir.
You get paid weekly or bi-weekly?
Bi-weekly.
I'll let you pay $60 bi-weekly, $100 bi-weekly. Can you do that or not? Are you sure?
If not, I'll come back and see you.
Okay. Boy, word's getting around, eh? All right, I'll tell you what, I'll make it 75 bi-weekly and you start that. When do you get your next check?
It'll be not next Wednesday, the following Thursday.
So let's see, today is the 8th. So I'll let you pay it beginning April the 23rd, okay? Bi-weekly.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, and again, if you don't have the money, just come talk to me. Call the court, we'll go on Zoom. I'd be glad to give you an extension, okay?
Thank you, sir.
I wish you well, good luck, thank you very much. You will meet with probation before you leave here.
Absolutely.
All right, good luck, thanks. Lion, people against Donald James Kowalski, 21T635-872, and I also have 22T638-560. Mr. Kowalski, your name?
Donald James Kowalski,
Deal.
before,
Yeah, the DOP 82378 on behalf of Mr. Kowalski.
Sergeant?
Sergeant Driscoll, Trent Police.
All right, we have a new R&O charge that's never been adjudicated. I shouldn't say it, he doesn't show up. This is from March of 22nd. Does he stand mute, wait formal reading on that?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm gonna enter a not guilty plea on that one. He failed to appear for sentencing on August 5 of 21 on the R&O charge. So I still need, wait a minute, it looks like he was sentenced on that.
I didn't see an actual sentencing. It looks like it's two sentences being set.
No
July
offense.
27, 2021, August 5th.
Heather, would you help me with this, please?
Sure, Judge.
It looks like I sentenced him. I could be wrong on August 18 to 21. Then it looks like he did not show up for a probation violation hearing. That was, although I didn't place him on probation. Let me just double check something here before we set a show cause for November 15th. And he just, he didn't show up for that. So I issued a warrant, set a bond of 415. And it looks like we're here for a failure to pay. Is it still 415? It's probably more than that. How much is it? How much does he owe now, Heather?
$498.
So I'll take an arraignment. I'll arraign him on the 498, or he can plead guilty on that. And then we also have to deal with the other R&O charge.
So he's not able to pay the 498, Your Honor.
He's got a big problem. So what do you want to do? Does he want to plead guilty to failure to pay 498, or does he wish to have a hearing?
Wants to plead guilty. Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do, sir?
Yes, sir. I'm
If you
sorry.
plead-
But
if you-
yes,
If you plead guilty to that, you could get 30 days. That was the alternative. Do you understand that?
yes, sir, I understand.
You have the right to a hearing on that. At that hearing, you have the right to question their witnesses, bring in your own, use the subpoena powers of the court to bring in those witnesses, testify, or remain silent. If you remain silent, that silence would not be held against you. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Understand, if you plead guilty, you're giving up your right to a contested hearing of any kind.
Yes, sir.
You still wish to plead guilty
Yes, sir.
to the charge failure to pay 498. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Did you fail to pay your fines and costs on which I scheduled you on August 18 of 21?
Yes, I did.
You owe 498. Any reason to dispute that?
No, I don't.
Anybody okay, and nobody's forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Plea is accepted. What are we gonna do with the arraignment on the other one?
I was wondering, can we put that with time too? Oh, sorry.
Talking to your lawyer. He was never arraigned
sorry,
on this
sir.
one from March 22 of 22. Does he stand mute on that?
Yes, Your Honor. Waive reading charges.
I'll enter a not guilty plea. He forfeited bonds on this. He doesn't like to show up. What do you want to say?
So, Your Honor, it sounds like he's had a lot of issues over the last 45 years. He's homeless. The address in the file is correct, but he doesn't live there. It's only for mail purposes. That's his mom's address. He's been living in and out of hotels. He's been living out of his truck. He is employed with Renaissance Restoration. He was actually on his way to work when he got pulled over. And the reason he didn't come back to court, he doesn't have the excuse that all people have. He says he was just afraid he didn't have the money to pay the court. And that was the reason for all those failure to appear.
I know, but I tell everybody, I've been telling everybody for years, if you don't have the money, come talk to me. I didn't tell you that, Mr. Kowalski?
Sir, you probably had, or Your Honor, you probably did, and I apologize. It's the only thing I can say. I'm in the wrong.
You're treating the system with such disrespect. There's so many failures to appear on. I don't know who you think you are, to tell you the truth. I'm having a hard time with this.
Judge, he was
Your
very.
Honor, I'm sorry, I know.
It just, he's got a lot going on.
We all have a lot. You take care of your obligations. I mean, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 failures to appear. Anything else you'd like to say, sir?
No, Your Honor, I messed up. I'm ready to deal with my consequences.
On the 2021 case, how long's he been in custody there? When was he picked up, detective?
Your Honor, he was transported, he picked up this morning by Taylor PD, then transferred to us. So he's only been here about several hours.
All right. You're to pay 415. The alternative was 30 days. I'll make it 20 days. You're to pay 415 or serve 20 days credit 1 for 19. That's on the failure to pay. I'm setting a bond of 3,010% on the other R&O case. I'll give you the earliest court date I can there. That is going to be on,
It was written on there, the 16th, is it?
I believe so. Let me just double check that. So you're gonna have, if you can somehow come up with $498 plus 3,300 on the other, 798, you'll be released. Otherwise, you're in custody on the failure to pay charge for a period of 19 days. We're going to set a court date on the other R&O for April the 16th. You got to show up in court. April the
I'm gonna
16th.
be in, oh, sorry.
April the
Can't help,
16th will be the court date at 10:45. Did you have a question?
Yes, sir. So with the other one that we got going on, because I'm gonna go in, I'm going in custody. I want to do the time. I don't want to be running from this shit or stuff no more. Sorry. Does that, when I get sentenced to that one, is that a whole different case, or does that go and do with this one or no?
I mean, I'm going to take into
Or we don't
account.
know yet.
You haven't even been convicted on the other case. Let's take one step at a time, okay? You
Yes,
can
sir.
ask me if you are convicted to take care of that, or to give you credit, but I'm not sure I will or won't. You got to show up. You can't do this. I wish you well. Good luck.
I
Thank you.
understand. Thank you very much, sir.